Hello and welcome back to the part 4 of the Diamonds in the Sky game. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to keep scores and how to set a timer for our game. Without further ado, let's just get started into the game. Alright, so let me just show you the condition of our game before we start. So when I click on start and I click on start button, gives it going, but there's nothing that is happening to our sprite. So this is what we want to do right now. Now let's get into it. Alright. So the first thing you need to do is to create a variable, and then you're going to call the variable scores. That's the first one. And then you're going to call the second variable timer. So those are the two things that we want to achieve for today. So we want to achieve how to keep scores and how to set the timer. All right. So to do that, to keep scores, you go into your crystals, and we want it to start counting when we start the game. Now, to do that, you're going to use the same event. I hope you remember this concept. It's called parallelism, when you're using the same event for different purposes. So now, we're going to use when I receive start game. When I receive start game, the first thing I need to do is to make sure that my scores is equal to 0. Yeah, so you're going to set score to 0. So what this means is that at any time I click on the start, my score goes back to 0. All right, good. Now, the next thing would be that we want to check if the crystal is touching the cat. So if the crystal is touching the cat, let us increase the score by 1. How do we do that? So we use the forever loop, and then we use the if statement. Now, the if statement will check if the sprite is touching cat 2. Now, if sprite is touching cat 2, we want it to make a collect sound and change the position and then increase the scores. Now, to do that, you go to sound and then play collect sound. Yeah, that's it right here. Play collect sound. If you cannot find collect sound, you search it inside sounds and then click on this and then you type collect right here. You're going to get that from there. All right, good. All right, so when you play the collect sound, the next thing you want to do is to change the scores by 1. Change the scores by 1, and after that, also go to a roundup position. I think that's fine. All right, now let's see if that will work. Now, let's make it a bit bigger, and we click on a flag. So when we click on start now and I move, let's see if it's going to make that sound. Good, that's exactly what we want. Good, that's it. So it's already more fun right now and challenging. So when it touches it, it goes to different position. Good. After that, we are going to check. Before we check, actually, we need to set the timer also. Now, the timer also would use the same event. Everything is still parallelism. Now, using the same event for different purposes. So, we're going to go to events, and then we're going to say when I start the game. So, when I receive start game, I also want to set my timer to 0. I always want my timer to go back to 0. So, let our timer be equal to 0. After that, we go to forever loops because we want it to keep counting. And then what we do is we wait for 1 second before we count. So wait for 1 second, and then you change timer by 1. So you change timer by 1. This would actually work for your timer. So at every 1 second it's changing. So that's a timer. All right, now let's check that out also. All right, so I need you to focus on this. When I click on flag and I click on start, it's wait for 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that? All right, that's it. We've been able to achieve that. We've been able to also create the scores, how to increase on the scores. I hope you understand. I hope this is helpful. I hope you understand this. In the next video, which is going to be the final part, we're going to be looking at how to end the game. And now we're going to be setting conditions for our end game and our you win. So for the user to win the game, there's a certain condition, and for the user to lose the game, there's a certain condition. So in the next video, we're going to be looking at how to end the game. I hope you enjoy this. I hope this is fun for you. Please, if you have questions, if you have contribution, please use the description below, use the comment section below, and I'll be glad to answer every other question. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Don't forget to stay blessed and keep flourishing. Bless you.